Welcome back to Court TV Live. We are switching gears now to Florida, where defendant Sarah Boone is now going to be representing herself at trial. There was a last-minute hearing on Friday, and the judge in that case said 8 is enough, granting Boone's former attorney's motion to withdraw and ruling that the defendant has now, on her 8th lost attorney, forfeited her right to counsel because of her ongoing difficulties with all of those other counsel. At a status conference last month, we heard Boone express her frustrations and telling the court why she thinks that things could be going better, saying, quote, she was doing her best.
And I feel that she is untruthful with me and full-blown prejudice against me, which I believe adds to her nasty attitude towards me, and I do not trust her. So I have prepared this for you. It's a letter and then a continuation of the letter from the video visit, sir, you are aware of, and everyone constantly blames me that I am the reason why I am supposedly on attorney number 8, which I am not the reason for any of them. I put this in here also so you are aware. I refuse to be mistreated by her as my attorney. I'm shocked that she has a proposed trial date, considering the fact that I have not seen anything. I keep asking her for just a download of my phone or my medical records or for anything that I've asked pretty much all of the other attorneys as well. All of my questions that I keep asking her are in a letter to you. I didn't know if you would be the one to help me answer them or to spur her to finally answer them to me and hopefully truthfully. I don't know. As I've said to you before in the past, you said that you are not able to intervene regarding my letters. I still want you to be aware of what it is that I am going through still. And it's a matter of ethics and professionalism with how she should be treating me, and I shouldn't have to come up with a pre-planned judge in order for her to do so. And also some other things that I've been working on in the meantime that I would like everyone else to be made aware of. That I don't just sit and eat bonbons and watch soap operas all day. I fully apply myself at all times.
The court knows I've spent probably 20 hours, a little bit more, a little bit less, with Miss Boone. She has lots of lists, lots of questions. In reviewing the court file, she was distressed previously about having access to her lawyers. I have taken collect phone calls from her that are at my expense. JAC doesn't reimburse you because I think it's important for clients to have access. I have spent...
Hang on, please. No one's interrupted you this morning, Ms. Boone.
As I said, I've spent over 20 hours going through her questions, going through her lists. When I tried to update her with regard to the depositions that I took recently, she opted to exit the jail conference. When I tried to review some things with regard to discovery as to things I wanted to make sure she was aware of, she walked out. She has asked me repeatedly for a copy of some medical records. Based on the discovery I got from the previous attorneys, one of the copies of those medical records had her handwritten notes. So she had a copy given to her previously. She'd reviewed them with previous attorneys. I sent her a new copy. Some of the things that she thinks are important from a lawyer perspective, perhaps I don't attach the same importance to, and you try to explain that to a client. You know, I know the court's in a difficult position, but at this point, we're at that impasse of, if she walks out of every conference that I have with her, I'm not sure what that says about the attorney-client relationship.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong other than wanting to have a very successful outcome. It's just been long and drawn out, and I believe that God obviously believes in me as much as I do him in order for him to give me this very unique adventure that I am on, and I'm doing my best to let everyone know who I really am as opposed to the malicious murderer that everyone thinks that I am. I don't feel that she can do that properly. I still always, the reason why I'm here is hope that she will come in with a gentle, softer side and actually listen to what it is that I'm saying and see the bigger picture other than what's the one avenue that she keeps going down. There's other ways to win and more than one way. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not saying that I'm trying to remove her. I'm just trying to ask you, please, forgive me for having to ask you for this. If you could please let her know, please, to just be nice to me.
The defendant there calling this a, quote, unique adventure that she's on. Her trial is set to begin on October 7th, where she's going to face charges in the murder of her boyfriend, Jorge Torres. She admits to zipping him up in a suitcase and maintains that his death was an accident after a night of drinking. Still with us, criminal defense attorney Marie Pereira and criminal defense attorney Josh Schiffer. Marie Pereira, based on what you just saw from her inside of the courthouse, thinking back to the pro se defendants that we've had on court TV, what do you expect from this defendant? Do you think we're going to have a lot of antics in the courtroom, something more like Darrell Brooks, or something that might actually sway a jury like in the Tyrone Tucker Treehouse murder trial?
She seems very articulate and reasonable, but she is kidding right now. She wants a gentle, softer side in her defense attorney, that coming from someone who allegedly watched her boyfriend suffocate in a suitcase while she says, you can't breathe? Maybe you need to shut the bleep up. Really, a gentle, softer side. That's hilarious. If it wasn't so tragic, it would be hilarious. But she seems very well thought out. It seems like she wants to be wannabe lawyer, and she's telling the woman maybe strategy that makes no sense. I had a client once who abused his daughters sexually and wanted me to lodge a defense that they were promiscuous, and he thought by abusing them, it would calm down their sexual urges. A church man, by the way. This is, people... Defendants sometimes think that they can tell you these absurd defenses and you're supposed to just take it. And I think that's what's happening here with her lawyer. It's just tragic, but I don't think she's going to be Darrell Brooks, and I don't think there are going to be antics. And it might even make it worse because she sounds like someone who makes sense, except you don't make any sense right now, sis, at all.
And Josh Schiffer, I know you've said that you don't think she's quite competent, just barely enough to stand trial. Do you think that the judge should or will give her standby counsel, so someone who's not her immediate attorney but will at least be there at the chair if she needs to consult someone?
I think there's definitely going to be some sort of remedy applied by the judge to protect the integrity of the prosecution. What we've seen is a person refuse to basically work with all of the lawyers. And it's not just been one or two. This has been a revolving door. And at some point that is obstreperous, it is wasteful, and the judge has to put a stop to it, which they've done. Forfeiting your right to counsel is an extraordinary remedy. Remember, you get a right to counsel in the Constitution. So this is a giant issue. I think she's going to rely, just like Marie's talking about, on almost the pity factor.
Josh Schiffer, Marie Pereira, thank you for everything.